Welcome back to NSC's weekly series Spotlight. The boys in gold are back on track and got back on track here in front of the home crowd with a statement win. Then this Saturday, Atlanta United comes to town. It's a Southern Showdown. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. It's good to see you. The grass is green, the sun is shining, and we're back from a statement win. And also, I think we might need an orthodontist over here because we got 2 sets of braces on Saturday. Is that the correct? Is that the correct
done. I was wondering where you were going there because my teeth are straight. So I like it.
They're beautiful. They are beautiful. Let's take a look at Saturday's match. That was one to not forget, one to always remember. Sam Surridge, Hani Mukhtar both scored braces, and then Jacob Schaffelberg creating chances. Tell us what your thoughts.
Yeah, I would say Jacob Schaffelberg for me was a player that I wanted to talk about first because, of course, where Hani and Sam go, NSC follows. But you always have to have an attack that is indefensible, and that can't just be 2 people. Sam Surridge had a night to remember, especially anytime he is able to get himself in that golden boot race at the top. That's where all Nashville fans want him to be. Hani Mukhtar been balling for years on end. But for me, again, where's the glue? Where's it all going to come from? And on the night, it was Jacob Schaffelberg.
Jacob was terrific with both feet as well. And I think Jacob, you've seen him start to add a different layer to his game in the way that he finds his strikers. Jacob has always loved the chip ball to the back post. He'll tell you that when you talk to him, that's been one of his favorites. You're starting to see him now add a different dimension to his game, and that's something that I think this coaching staff, BJ Callahan, have really emphasized for him is it can't always be down line and either right foot to the back post, or if you're playing on the left foot or left side, left foot to the back post. You're starting to see, hey, he cuts back in his right, cuts back in his left. And that's something BJ mentioned post-game, said that's the thing that I may be most proud of with Jacob is 2 different kinds of assists for him. Everyone who was on the pitch was terrific in this game. You talk about Josh Bauer, a guy that gets an assist. The quarterback of the offense are getting closer to football season. He literally goes long for Hani there and delivers a great ball. And feels good to beat Orlando, right? I mean, come on, this is a rivalry game. There are some rivalries that are geographic. There are some that kind of happen organically on the pitch. There's some that are a little bit of both. This one's a little bit of both. It's the team Nashville's seen most in its history. Feels good to beat them, and that was a really, really fun one for a lot of fans and the players alike on Saturday night.
Yeah, you would also want the shutout. Of course, you're looking for any way for the result to be perfect. But when you scale it back and you really look at the defensive performance, that was dominant as well. Very good to have Walker Zimmerman be back in the starting lineup. Jason Palacios continues to prove why his name is continuously called, getting on the score sheet as well. The smiles, the dap-ups, and the game probably could have been about like 8-3 or something like that. So when you look at what Nashville's been excellent at this season, it's been scoring goals. It's been having complete performances. And when you go on a recent skid that they've been on, this is the perfect way to get yourself out of it.
In addition to that, it was also 90s night. I know we talked about that last time, and you had a big regret because you forgot to share your favorite show. So I thought I'd give you the opportunity by singing the theme song to your favorite show.
You want me to sing the theme song, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Yeah. I will spare the people because I got a lot of skills, but that probably isn't one that you want me to.
2 lines.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I didn't grow up in Philly, so I don't need to start like you.
Should I do that? I do have a fun story.
Do you even know? Did you even watch The Fresh Prince growing up?
That's insulting.
Don't of course me.
Is the sky blue?
Some of the, I'm just saying, some of the general popular stuff that we talk about off the show that you don't know about.
Oh my God.
Shots fired.
I will say this. There was one time I was flying home, I think it was Christmas, Southwest Airlines. They did a competition. Whoever could sing the whole theme song to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air got free points, like 10,000 points.
Oh.
Okay. That's what's up.
I did not win.
Exactly.
Come on. What the heck?
I did not win, but I just had to
You can't brag about the story and then say, I didn't do it, but it would have been fun.
I was there, and I was cheering on the lady in front of me who did win, and that was incredible.
No, 90s night's great.
It was a good time. And they did play the Macarena, by the way.
Did you grow up in West Philly?
I grew up on the east side.
Oh, okay.
Is that where you spent most
Exactly.
of
That's probably why you forgot the first line.
That's
West
right.
Philadelphia, born and raised. All right.
On playground. Okay, all right. Anyways, let's talk about some off-the-field news. Okay, Nashville SC has a permanent signing. Jaleel, who is it?
When you sit down and you talk to the technical staff of NSC, they'll talk about certain players. Of course, they're going to be talking about Jacob Schaffelberg. They're going to be talking about Hani Mukhtar, Eddie Tagseth, Sam Surridge. But one of the players that always floats up in any conversation is Jonny Pérez. And this has been a work in progress for a while here to get him permanently on the books with Nashville. And it's excellent because players, contrary to what people may think when they turn on the TV, players get what they deserve and what they earn. And he's earned a permanent spot on this roster. The future is bright for him, not only here in Nashville in gold or blue, which is fire, but whatever he continues to do to fortify his career, the future is completely bright. And for me, whether it's on the left side or him being an inverted winger on the right-hand side, he fits perfectly for what BJ Callahan is trying to do week in and week out. And when you sit down and you talk to Jonny Pérez, you know you're talking to a humble kid that's got a little bit of swag too.
It's amazing. We've had so many conversations with BJ Callahan about Jonny this year, and I thought it was cool. I asked him about him in our meeting before the game on Saturday, and he said, the thing I love about Jonny was he was starving for game time, and he came here to prove a point and to make Nashville his home. That's pretty cool for a kid who's only known Los Angeles and who's only known the LA Galaxy in his Major League Soccer career. What a tip of the cap that is to Nashville, to this club, to this organization, to say, no, I want to make a name for myself in Nashville, and I want to go to Nashville, Tennessee, and make that my home. So that was the thing I think BJ really was impressed by. This is a very driven player, a guy that came here on a mission, and now he's achieved that mission. BJ Callahan said all season, he's got the lost art of being a 1v1 winger, taking guys on. We talk about systems and choreography and different ways that managers at very high levels will use wingers and maybe sometimes take away some of the creativity and take away some of the identity of players and the personality to express yourself. Jonny Pérez has that in spades, and his ability to get the ball one-on-one, me against you, I'm getting by you, and I'm going to score, or I'm going to find someone else who can. He's got so much confidence. He has an ability on the ball you can't teach, Liv, and I think that's the thing this organization really values in Jonny, the player, the person. He's just been a perfect fit, and I'm so excited to see what's next for him.
Absolutely. I remember doing his media day when he first joined the team on loan from LA Galaxy, and I thought, he's very quiet, very humble. I'm excited to see what he does on the field, and I feel like it's those personalities that just not surprise you the most, but you appreciate so much because of their quietness. They really show who they are out on the field. So we're really excited to have him on a Nashville SC permanently. Now let's take a look ahead to the Southern Showdown against Atlanta United this Saturday. Will, what are you looking for?
Man, I think for Atlanta, who is this team, right? Their identity as a club, you thought it was going to be this high-powered attacking output. You bring in Miguel Almiron. Emmanuel Latte-Lath is at the time the most expensive transfer in the history of Major League Soccer. This team has played 13 road matches this year. They've won 0 of them. They've only scored 8 times outside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Injuries have had something to do with that. Fixture congestion. They've been in Leagues Cup. They've shown themselves. There have been moments for this team. I think you can't let the moments become a half, become an hour, become a game, because the quality is there. There's no doubt about it. But the mix of players just hasn't really clicked for Ronny Deila in Atlanta. And the individual quality, Jaleel, we talk about this a lot with teams that are below the playoff line. There are guys one-on-one who can beat you. There are guys in transition moments that throw out the tactics, throw out the other stuff. There are world-class qualities in this team, but the mix of all those qualities together just hasn't really meshed, and you don't want it to click here on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think you said it very, very eloquently, and the biggest thing is that with a team that is struggling, have not won a game in MLS play since May 29th, that's a long time. But we all know how difficult this league is. The table is not something that you can look at when you're trying to prepare for a match. And that's what makes MLS so exciting for the neutral and, terrifying for a team that is probably is most definitely in a better spot. But it's going to be a difficult match. I don't care what the future may look like in the crystal ball, because that ain't MLS. So for Nashville, what you're going to want to do is thank your stars that you had an excellent performance against Orlando. How do you parlay all of that energy? How do you parlay all of that good form, confidence into what is by no mistake or by no confusion, a rivalry match yet again here at GEODIS Park. We've seen so many different iterations of this matchup, whether it's the first time out in gold at Nissan Stadium or this weekend. So for me, what I expect is for all of the players to have not energy on 99, not 100, 110, 20, 25, because that's what you need in a rivalry match. I can guarantee you that corner of the stadium is going to be red, it's going to be loud, so the blue and gold fans need to be even louder.
Well, as a player, what makes this rivalry so different than all the others?
I think just the regional nature of it, for sure. The history that even predates the MLS days. And of course, there's still a bad taste in all of our mouths from the first time that they beat us. We pack out a stadium, we showing everybody, yo, what's good, we Nashville. And then Atlanta has a better word on us on our first night out? Nah, that's never gonna sit well with any of the players that are in the locker room now, that were there on the first day, and all the players that have since come to understand the history.
I do remember that night. That was a packed night.
Chilly one. Feels like yesterday and also feels like a decade ago at the same time.
All right, well, it's great to see you guys today. Hope to see you on Saturday for the Southern Showdown. The boys in gold return here to GEODIS Park against Atlanta United. You don't want to miss it. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. But if you can't be here, you can catch all the action live on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV or tune in with our friends on 104.5 The Zone. Thanks for watching Spotlight.